Good morning. It is Monday, April 27th, Groundhog Day, take 41 or so. Let's see. It looks like I finally have a guest co-host on with me. So let's bring him in. What's up?
Can we get a new picture, please, for the love of everything holy?
You supply me the picture, and I'll do it.
All right, fine.
All right, and ideally, pull yourself out of it. Don't give me a chroma background.
Oh, Jesus. I mean,
it took me some time to do that,
I bet it did. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Todd?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Rough weekend, but
why'd you have a rough weekend? What happened?
It's a long weekend. Just a long weekend, man. Just some days, some weekends are better than others, but we're hanging on there. So, what about you?
It's good. I had a fun weekend. I had fun with my daughters, my wife. Watched TV, played a lot of games.
How is the gaming going?
Oh, I haven't actually played that game. So I haven't played that all weekend because Nicole and I were in bed probably Saturday by like 9:30 when we both fell asleep on the couch. And then last night we fell asleep on the couch, and then I ended up waking up and coming and starting to watch Westworld season 3.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually been a good season. I watched like 1.5 episodes. So I was like, play games or watch TV, play games or watch TV. And for some reason I chose watch TV. It was the first time I probably watched something in the theater in 2 weeks.
In the theater.
It looks like we have Christina coming on. I don't see any video yet, but she joined. So that's a start.
Right. You're about to see double me right now.
Why are we doing double you?
Well, actually, it gave me an idea of a way to record the bit that Christina gave us that I still have to record because I had to modify the script. But,
a little bit, yeah.
I could do a 3-camera shoot with 3 devices.
Oh, and this way she can have different angles.
Yeah, and
she's shaking her head no. Let's bring her in. Hold on.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't want 3 angles.
All right. That wasn't a suggestion for that video in particular, but just in general how we can do something.
Yeah, for
with
sure.
3 angles.
Another video, yeah, that would be cool. Just this video, I kind of just want you guys looking straight at the camera.
Good morning, everyone on Facebook. So if you're watching with us, comment, say hi, let us know you're here. Does anyone know where Moss is? You're good. Do you want that other one up?
Yeah, this is good now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. Maybe I just needed a reset.
You there?
Whoa.
Whoa. What is going on?
I like this. Hold on. This is even better. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pull him off, bring him back. This way they're next to each other.
There we go. All right. See, I think this could be cool. Like you could do a 3-camera shoot.
Can one of you be Moss?
Should be kind of cool. Freak out Moss.
Where is Moss? Has anyone heard from him?
I have not. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he's late from Montalbanos, as always.
I think I actually spoke to him. Yeah, I spoke to him, I think, each day this weekend. We now keep in touch. We're like best friends.
Oh,
my daughter's always like, "Are you gonna go on the computer with your best friends?"
Oh.
She told Nicole, "Daddy doesn't work. All he does is goes on the computer with his best friend."
That's so cute.
So again, we got 5 million viewers right now. Come on, say hi, comment. Let's interact. We want to interact. What are you saying, Todd?
How is work going, Techie Geek? Like, what you guys been busy?
No, we don't do shit. Yeah, of course we've been busy. So my techs are busy. I actually have Jimmy. He's been out Friday, and then he's out today at a client's doing some stuff, social distancing. I had a client that we were supposed to install 3 servers for at their locations reach out and say, hey, can we take care of it now? So spoke with Jimmy. Jimmy was comfortable to do it as long as they were practicing social distancing, which they were. What are we doing here? You want two angles? You want one out? What's going on?
I'm trying to. I put a.
Why do we need two? What are we doing? This just a test? Like,
he's bored.
It's to freak out Moss when he comes on.
He's gonna be like, "Who's the guest?" So how do I look? I got some ring lights now.
Oh, you do.
honestly, you kind of look the same.
Yeah, you look
Really?
brighter,
Hold on.
brighter.
Really, I think he looks the same.
Here, turning them off. Off.
Yeah, you could see he's cooler. You could see he's 56K when he puts him on. I like him on.
You like him on? I'm working on it.
Yeah, because now it emphasizes. That's why even. I mean, I'm in bad lighting actually because I have this door. But anyway,
so I'm waiting for my green screen thing to show up. But I did go to I did go to the office this weekend. Hello, Willie. We should get
Willie.
cousin Willie on the show.
Morning, buddy.
See how Italy's doing.
Or
I heard they're loosening things up.
Hey, we're loosening things up.
We
Come
are
on now.
Well.
I mean,
Some states are.
He came out with a plan. I think we have another.
All right, so I have some notes. So let's go through. So I did a little planning today. So let's start. First off, let's talk about this because the first time Todd joined this morning, he was up. He was So how to fix crap home internet? It's very simple. You don't even need to use Techie Geek. I'd be happy to sell it to you. You can reach out to us. But this is not for a business. This is for a home. A great solution for home internet is the Nest Wi-Fi. You get 2 points to start. It's in a package. It's one router and one mesh network. The mesh network does not need to be connected. It's easy to set up. Do it yourself. It's designed to be and give you amazing internet around your house. And 2 points will cover a 3,000 square foot house. If you have more than that, you can put a third point, a fourth point, a 5 point, and so on. They're like $275 for 2 points. So if you are at home and you have really bad Wi-Fi and you have extenders around, we're ending the tech talk now, but there's an easy way to fix crap home internet, Nest Wi-Fi. Done. Moving on. Next notes. You're taking notes. Great. Okay, yeah. Moving on.
I can't remember shit.
Reimagine rather than reopen. So, yes, Cuomo spoke yesterday. We've been looking. He showed some numbers. Let's take a look at some things that we have here. So, obviously, hospitalizations are decreasing, which is a great number, right? That's showing that we are having a downward trend, and that is really what we would like to see. Now, the problem with testing numbers and positive cases is the more we test, the more we will see positive numbers. However, that could also be the fact that everyone goes out and about like Staten Island. So you have to be careful because if you look at the trend, right, we started to decrease, and then look what happened around the nice days.
Yeah,
we started jumping back up. Now, obviously, nice days, it doesn't happen immediately, but if you take nice days and you put 7 days or so out, you'll see it arise from it as we get more cases. Now, luckily, we did have a drop yesterday as well, so it started to downward trend again. But this is what we got to worry about, right? We have to worry that we don't bring ourselves back up right away. So what I would like to say is continue to stay home. I know it was beautiful yesterday. Was it? No, 2 days ago, right?
It was shitty for the past 10 days.
Saturday was beautiful. It was 60-something degrees.
Nice.
So, and then it's supposed to be beautiful tomorrow, but you gotta stay home. So I have a friend who works sanitation, Mike Gambino. You know him, Christina. Now we got an echo pod. What are we doing here?
Someone's touching shit.
Sorry.
Are you done now? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So he works sanitation. He commented on Saturday that he drove through Brooklyn to Manhattan, worked his route, drove back through Jersey. Those the 2 boroughs in New Jersey, he said, I saw maybe 17 cars on the road. Wow. He's like, then I got into Staten Island. He goes, it looked like it was a normal day, like nothing. People were everywhere. Yep.
I took a walk to CVS the other day, and I was just astounded on Saturday, actually. I was just astounded by the amount of cars that are in the parking lot. It was like a full parking lot.
Right. And this is the problem. And let's remember that the invisible virus and deadly virus. And I know some people, oh, we don't know if it's more deadly than the flu. Let's remember, over 16,000 New Yorkers have died in 4 weeks from this virus. So no matter how deadly it is, 16,000 people have died. We are still stay-at-home orders. It's still paused to May 15th. Stay home, Staten Island. It doesn't care if you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're rich, if you're South Shore, if you're North Shore. It doesn't matter. The virus is there, and we got to stop letting these nice days just bring us out. You want to go for a drive in your car? That's fine. What are we doing now? What, are we getting another angle? Oh, look at this, Christina. We get to watch you make coffee.
Make coffee. I wouldn't call this making coffee. Go Keurig.
So you gotta stay home, and I had that thing. So it was. Did I have it? Please continue to stay home.
That's a great call.
You could go out. You could take a walk, but social distance yourself. Everyone doesn't have to. You're only supposed to go shopping if you absolutely need to. We got to continue. Otherwise, all we're going to do is take that May 15th date and push it further. I don't want to be stuck home anymore. I want to get out. We're at the light is at the end of the tunnel. We have to just sit there and let's do it. And I get it's going to be nice, but that's it. Stay home. And that's why I'm thankful we get all these shitty days. Because when we get the shitty days, people stay home.
Yeah. You know what? I wasn't a believer at first in you, Mike, when you said, hey, listen, it's a shitty day. Who wants to go outside? So I actually appreciate the shitty days. And I'm like, all right, I'm inside freaking talking to you and twiddling around, watching God knows what. You know, I've been watching 13 Reasons Why. That's
the show where he's like death, right? The kid has a disease or something.
No, hold on, I gotta fix this. High
Morning
school girl commits suicide. You're about to.
So last night I watched. It's only one episode. There's a COVID-19 documentary now on Netflix. We got echoes again, Todd. Come on, Todd. What are we doing here? You're killing us. We're gonna have to kick you off the show. So
why don't you mute one of his mics?
I did. It is. It's
he hits the play, and then you hear the sound.
Yeah.
So there's a COVID-19 documentary on Netflix. It's one episode right now. It's 30 minutes. It's narrated by J.B. Simmons, J.K. Simmons, the one from Whiplash, and
okay.
He has the great voice, the older guy. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
You have no clue, do you? Hold on. Whiplash, Simmons. Hold
J.K.
on.
Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, yes, the old guy, great guy, good actor.
Oh yeah. Okay, all
Christina, you ain't clue or?
Just bring a share your screen, will you?
I am. I'm trying to find. I've managed to lose my StreamYard share in searching. Okay, there it is.
Puppy, so cute.
So narrated by this man. Bringing the screen up now.
That guy.
Great actor.
The guy from the Farmers Insurance commercials.
Yes, the guy he was in that. Yes. So, not JB Smooth. He's a great actor too, from Curb. But yeah, so J.K. Simmons. It's a documentary, and
Todd's
it was Todd. Yeah, it is a surprise. So the documentary was actually being filmed about coronavirus back in March of 2019. So there's all footage from Bill Gates and different virus experts because they were talking about the future and the possibility of pandemics.
I heard something about Bill Gates saying that a while ago, but
5 years ago he said it, like a TED talk, and then
TED talk,
And so here it is, and you're watching video from it was April 2019. Bill Gates and basically saying, we are at risk of a respiratory virus causing a pandemic, and we spend so much money on defense of military. Why don't we spend money on pandemics and virus research and talking about where it came from bats and how it happens and the wet markets? And here it is 6 months later, went to fruition, right? So it was definitely interesting to watch. Now they did models. If China would have acted 3 weeks earlier, this would have not been anything. So there was the Chinese doctor from the Wuhan University who came out and sent out a thing that said, "Hey, we're seeing a new coronavirus," and sent this an email out, and he basically was ordered by the government to shut up.
Yeah.
And they threatened him, and what happened is, and he ended up dying of coronavirus about a month later.
Right. Yep.
But they said that if the Chinese government would have acted sooner, within, it showed, like, if it was 1 week earlier, it would have been like 60% less. All the way down to 3 weeks earlier, like, this would have never even been a pandemic. It wouldn't have even really gotten out of Africa. Like, it would have taken a little of Asia and a little of Africa.
Really? Despite international travel, it would have been contained?
Well, it would have been very small amount of cases. And they spoke about herd immunity, which is something that Massimo brought up, right? Yeah. And that herd immunity with this virus would kill millions. Mm-hmm. And that's why a vaccine is the way to go, in the social distancing. And apparently social distancing goes back 4 centuries ago when there was the Black Plague. That was when they figured out how to social distance during the Black Plague. Okay. So it was a good 30-minute, little documentary. It ended. I was like, is there more? And of course there will be, right? When we're on the other side of this, there'll be a documentary of how we got through it and how we have to plan for the future. But it's crazy, right? To think that they were talking about this with viral, experts and everything just months before it happened.
Yeah.
And if you look, and Tom Bass, if you look at everything about the Spanish flu, is very similar. The Spanish flu started in France, and due to wartime censorship of media, it was not publicized. So now, here's the one thing the documentary said: the Spanish flu, I think I heard this right, wasn't started I think it started, they said, in the U.S. at a farm, and just got the name Spanish flu. I might have heard that wrong because it was late, but because they were talking about different viruses and how it was the Spanish flu was believed to be a swine flu, a human flu. I'm sorry. No, it was a bird flu. It was bird flu and a human flu combined together in a pig, and that's what caused the Spanish flu. It mutated together.
That's like the movie Contagion, man. It's just, I know you don't want to watch that movie, but it is so eerie how similar that movie is compared to what's going on right now. It's like, I agree. It's fucking word for word, man. Like,
how old is that movie?
A couple years old.
It's quite a few years now.
Who was in it?
Brad Pitt.
Brad was not in it.
He's in.
Not in it.
No, he's in.
Was in it.
World War Z.
All right, wait.
Paltrow was in it.
We have a surprise for us.
Moss.
Hey.
What's up?
Not even 11 o'clock. Balls are already twisted.
What's
Is
up?
that why we didn't see you this morning?
Yeah, I was on the phone dealing with some shit.
It's all good, buddy. How are you, Moss?
What's up, Moss?
How am I? I'm tired. I'm sore from Montebanos. Just doing my thing. Fix my camera here a little bit.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that was the first H1N1. Maybe that was human flu and the bird flu that combined. Maybe that might have been it.
I'm done. I'm done with quarantine. I'm done with it all.
Oh, great. That's good. So you apparently missed our first conversation. But in light news, today is the 5-year anniversary of Moss on Broadway.
It is.
I got a picture from Anthony.
Girardi?
No, Wilkinson.
Oh, okay.
He texted me this morning that this came up on his Facebook page, and today's the 5-year anniversary. You brought a whole crew to that.
Kind of a big deal.
And they were all disappointed because I heard it was the worst they've ever seen. Is that Dominic in the background? That kind of looks like Dominic.
Hey, Dominic. I see Dave.
Ciccarelli.
Is that Dom?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, nice. So very nice. That's the 5-year anniversary.
Cool.
And then we'll do a little lighthearted news really quick.
Hey, the Blasio just opened 40 miles of roads for pedestrians. You see that?
That's good. Maybe you can open up fucking businesses.
It's called reimagine rather than reopening. So There's a plan. If you look, Governor Cuomo spoke yesterday, right? We can't just reopen. We have to reimagine. Things are going to change for a little until we get the pandemic fully behind us and a vaccine. Looking at the rate of things right now, it looks like the first phase will begin on May 15th of opening, which would include manufacturing and who was it? It was manufacturing and one other industry. Construction, right. Construction would begin to open. They would monitor that for 14 days.
Yeah,
and then from there
project.
Would be phase 2. And phase 2 is the beginning of opening of businesses, what they would consider essential. They would increase the essential business list. And they're working with business owners to see which industries would be the least risk. And yes, Moss and Mia Moss are the last phase. Except if you were in Georgia. If you were in Georgia, you'd probably be phase 1.
So is entertainment and TV.
Live events are a way away. Yes, that is currently what they're saying.
Pro sports, they don't know what the fuck.
Right, like
they don't know when the fuck that's gonna happen. Sorry, excuse my friend.
Yeah.
What Cuomo said is he said that he wants to bring sports, but without fans.
Yeah,
that's the only good thing that puts a studio in and a network in is that our coverage is gonna have to increase if you're live. If you don't have fans in the stands, because now it becomes. This is what happens in England with the Premier League, where you have fans in the stands. You're not allowed to show it on air live. So it's opposite. So it becomes this thing where people are going to rely on TV networks and the sports networks in order to cover this shit instead of actually being able to go to the games and whatnot.
Right.
The viewership will be up, just like the viewership numbers on the draft and the Michael Jordan documentary skyrocketed. And obviously, because it's the only fresh thing out there when it comes to sports. I
heard that yesterday on MLB Network, there's baseball stars playing baseball like MLB 20.
MLB The Show.
Yeah, they're playing. They're basically like almost like a Twitch stream, right? You're watching them play.
So Robert Flores, who I work with on the morning show on MLB Central during the season, why are you chasing your tail? He's playing with like Blake Snell or other people in baseball, and they're versing each other. And it's kind of cool because everyone's relaxed at home. They all have you'd appreciate this. They all have their headsets on and they're all in it. Like there's so many gamers when it comes to like their own game, which is cool, but it also lends itself to great conversation because everyone's relaxed. It's just like you when you're playing a first person shooter, not virtual reality when you have fucking glasses on. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So they're just playing games and they're drinking and they're talking. And Blake Snell came out with a great story of when Miguel Cabrera hit a grand slam off him, and it's just funny to hear him riff. Very natural. So it's been very successful. But I mean, listen, nothing replaces the game, but it's something.
Right. And Tom Banger said the NBA started that. Now let's talk about that. The best NBA game. What was it? It was Nintendo. It was Was that NBA '97?
It might have been.
When you would get 3 baskets in a row, you were on fire, and then the ball would go on fire, and then you couldn't miss the shot.
Oh man, you're bringing up Nintendo games. Blades of Steel.
What was
Blades
that?
of Steel. Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Oh,
Tecmo
Mike Tyson's
Bowl.
Punch Out.
Tecmo
NHL '94 was the best hockey game ever. Did you play that, Moss?
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt.
Except you can't do duck hunt with the new TVs. They don't reflect the same way of a tube. NBA Jam, that was it.
NBA Jam, attaboy.
He's on fire. And then once you got on fire, you could shoot from like half court and it would go in. It was like anywhere.
Speaking of hockey, Moss, I used to play EA Sports NHL on PC. I was a PC gamer in addition to Nintendo and Game Boy. I went nuts when I got my colored Game Boy, but that's a different story. But yeah, NHL for EA Sports. I used to love playing hockey as a video game. It's really fun.
NHL '94 was the best game, but the only problem was all you had to do was take the puck around the back of the net, come around, and back slap it right in. Like you could score every time.
Call the wraparound, Mike.
Yeah, wraparound. Sorry, my friend. Jeez, I haven't played in a long time. EA Sports.
It's in the
game. Wait, I got it. Hold on.
That's a great. That was actually somebody's nickname at work.
Was it?
Called him, get in the game.
I'm bringing the audio.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Oh wow, that's old too. FIFA 95. Oh, FIFA was awesome. Can you bring up some can you Google like regular footage from it? Like I want to see some gameplay from
what do you
some
want
of
to
these.
see gameplay of?
Bring up or see if you can find NHL 94 from Nintendo.
NHL 94. I think I
have
have NHL 94 on my arcade machine in the office.
Did you buy the Nintendo when it came back out?
Yes.
You know, the fake little thing,
Yep.
Hey, come here. What are you doing?
Oh, you remember 8-bit sound? And
Oh, wow. That should be the theme. So that should be the theme song for this show. Look at that.
Dun, 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 dun. I used to play this game non-stop.
Oh yeah, I love the checking and shit.
Yeah. All right, we gotta stop playing this. We've
right,
lost
sorry,
half
sorry,
our viewers. People don't
Moss
like
is
to
gonna get
watch
mad.
that. Moss is gone. He's
Moss is on
taking
the
calls.
phone.
I thought he'd
It's all
be
right.
into this.
We love him. He's working hard. He's a hard working man.
Christina, did you ever play games or not really?
Not really.
What did you do when you were a kid?
I was more. I mean, I played games. I had Sega when I was a kid, but I'm not here to talk about like, video games. Like, I can't bring much to the conversation.
You didn't play Sonic
I played PlayStation. I had PlayStation 1, which was great. I was a really big Crash Bandicoot fan.
Was that no? That was Banjo Kazooie. That was the guy that would go. Waka! He would
scream. Don't even know.
Right, Crash Bandicoot was a good game, but I think it was.
And I love Ratchet and Clank. Those are the types of games I like.
I never played that. Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank. Oh my god, that game is so fun. I made my friend rebuy that game recently just so I could play it at his house.
That's funny. I used to
different versions, but
Earthworm Jim. That was a fun game. Did you ever play that, Todd?
No, what's that?
He was like a worm, and he was like it was a good game.
TV show.
There was a TV show after the game. Yes.
No, the TV show was a Warner Brothers cartoon, and then they made the game.
You sure?
Yeah.
You think so?
Hi.
She might be right. What came first, Earthworm Jim game or show? Let's see. 4 games released in this year's Earthworm Jim, 2 3D and Meet the Galaxy. First released 94. Let's see. There's a series of side featuring when did the show come out?
Pinky and the Brain. Who remembers Ren and Stimpy?
Television series ran from 95 to 96. The game was first.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember the game being first. That was a great game. Moss, did you play that? Did you play games or you weren't a game person?
Just a little NHL, Sonic the Hedgehog, stuff like that.
Did you see the Sonic movie? The one that just came out.
I don't think so.
Jim Carrey.
Is that the one that is Jim Carrey?
Yes.
I wonder how good that is.
Go ahead, Moss.
No, I wanted to apologize for taking a call. One of our guests was confirming for tomorrow. So today, for Midday with Moss, we got Ryan Mellors tomorrow.
Excellent.
We have Vice President of Pro Show, Joe Russo, a.k.a. Joe the Chef DePippo. So Joe
the chef.
So Joe works from home, and when he comes to Staten Island once a week, he actually cooks for the whole office. So he wanted to go get some supply. He's going to actually do a cooking episode
from his house.
He's got tripods. He's got cameras. We got to send him a link later today. He just wants to test point of view and stuff.
What's he cooking? Do we know?
No, he's just like, I got to figure out how to get you guys the food. I'm like, don't worry about it. You live in Long Island. It's too far.
Oh, he's in Long Island. Wow. Yeah. Hey, nice video by your Philly contingent. And who was that? Long Island?
So that was PISP Philadelphia and PISP LI.
Yep.
So we are, that's, again, kudos to Rap with the Bon Jovi halfway there spin.
It's a good idea. That was smart. That was a good little uplifting video there.
Yeah, we tried. Trying.
Give us the weekend update, Moss. How was Montalbanos? Are people busy? Are they social distance or everyone's out and about?
So we left, the door was locked. I obviously manned the door with my mask. I mean, most people are, they're getting it. I got a lot of mixed emotions, folks. I'll be honest with you. I think the weekend was busy. Saturday, it was definitely, I was in the store all day, people, pickups, deliveries. I think they've had it. I think people have just had it. And, I don't know what you guys were talking about at the beginning of the show, but, I've spoken to a lot of people and they were like, I just want to, get back to, some type of normalcy, and I should be entitled to my own opinion and decision. If I want to go out there and take a chance of getting sick, that's on me. And that's kind of the general consensus of what people were telling me.
Yeah, unfortunately, their decision could harm others and kill others. So,
but then you stay home. You see, Mike,
But how does that work?
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just making it general. You asked me what was the consensus, and people were like, "This is ridiculous." Just to go buy a pound of chopped meat, I gotta, and I get it. I listen. I try to be political. I listen to people.
It's not political. That's the problem. The virus isn't political. It kills everybody. It kills people with money. It kills people with no money. Republicans, Democrats. It doesn't care. And the problem is, the more people that go out and do that, the virus keeps breeding and keeps going. And the whole point of social distancing is eradicating the virus as much as we can off the earth.
But you have other people that feel differently. They feel that maybe they should, be able to go out. It's their right to go out. Listen, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, guys. I don't want to make it a political.
Tom Bang has said it best. I can't say it.
But most people are not smart enough to make decisions for the lives of others. Listen, Tom, I agree with you. And Mike, you've taken the course where you've pretty much have self-quarantined for the last 60 days, with the exception of running Croupie's house on Friday with Kate.
No, I didn't ring the bell. I wasn't going to touch her bell. That was her bell is touched. They don't disinfect it.
But you're entitled to your own opinion and how you want to live your life with you and your family. Someone else may say, you know what, I'm more of a risk taker. I'm going to go out there. If you don't want to stay in your house, I don't know what's right or wrong, guys. I'm just, again.
Right.
Just.
I get it. But the problem, so we spoke about it earlier. If you have a half an hour later, there's a good documentary on Netflix called On COVID-19. It's a one episode. It's 30 minutes. It talks about social distancing. It actually addresses the herd immunity you spoke about. Yeah. And the fact that, some people believe, what about herd immunity, and that if they let herd immunity for this virus, it would kill millions. So, and that's the problem. And they talk about the problem with this virus, why they say this virus isn't as good as it is a good virus is like the common cold. So they say that 30% of colds are actually formed are a type of corona. However, there's a chart that shows on a virus, the more deadly it is, the least it's not as good. The less deadly it is and the more contagious it is, that virus is able to spread, right? A virus is a living thing and just wants to keep living. So a virus that lives without killing its host is a very good virus because it just keeps going. The problem with this virus is they put it on like kind of a mild contagious, how exponentially it grows. But it's deadly enough that it's not as good because it kills the people, which is why we go after it, right? We don't try to stop the common cold, right? We're not quarantined for the common cold because the cold makes you sick. You get over it and it goes. And that's why they say coronaviruses are a better virus for survival because they don't kill the host. And that's why they say Ebola was not a good virus, right? Because Ebola kills the person so quick that a person can't get out of their house to go and spread it. So basically, they say the more deadly a virus is, it basically makes it that it can't spread.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this. It's not. They're like, viruses should learn. Don't kill your host, and then we won't care about you.
Right.
It's not super deadly, but underlying issues are incredibly prevalent. Yeah. Well, right. Underlying issues are what cause other things. Well, now they're saying, and present, there was a new study this weekend that they've seen a intake in strokes for men in their 30s and 40s who are having strokes like 75-year-old men are, and every one of the stroke victims was positive for coronavirus. So now there's another symptom where it's actually causing blood clots in men and causing strokes that normally don't happen. And that's what the scientists like. This virus is just does so many weird things. With this and Moss, I get the frustration. Like, don't take me not wanting to. I don't want to be stuck in my house. I want to go back to normal. I want to be able to have my workers in the office. I want to be able to sit at an executive club table with you. I want to be able to go to a restaurant and have a good time in my social. This isn't what I want to do. It's what we need to do because we've seen history and we've seen what happens if you let a virus run rampant and it kills millions. And millions don't deserve to die. And I get the economy and I get all that. And I'm not saying, that I think the economy trumps it, but public health is more important than everything else. And we'll come back and we'll bounce back from this. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing good stats. We went over hospitalizations. The problem we are seeing is we're seeing a spike in increases of new cases, but you don't know if that's a spike or if that's just because we're testing.
Why are doctors being told to add COVID to the cause of death when they're not 100% sure?
What do you mean? So
I've spoken to several doctors, and they're being forced or not forced, but they're being recommended that they should probably add COVID to their reports of cause of death.
So because they want numbers to sit where they are. So if there's a chance that it's COVID, and even if that's the case with that, we're seeing the decrease. Well, this is hospitalizations. Deaths, I can pull the stat like for a screenshot. But even with deaths, we're seeing a decrease. Obviously, it's a less of a decrease because deaths come.
The more people you test, the more people are going to come out positive.
Well, and that's why testing is difficult. Because if you look, we started the spike again. But is that because we're testing more, or is that because people are out?
The more you test them,
of course. But until you get the hospitalizations down to basically nothing, then we're not out of it yet.
But Mike, what's the number?
Of hospitalizations?
No, what I'm saying is, what's the number?
Of new hospitalization? Oh, what's the number before? They're trying to get us down to like less than, I think, 100 a day.
Okay, so what are we at?
In New York.
What are we at? What's our number?
We're getting close. We're at about, if you look, we're sitting about 400. Then these are a couple of days behind. They all of a sudden they start to spike back up.
This is 500. This is over here.
Yeah, but don't look at these last two because these always coming later. This is basically they don't have complete information. When I've been watching the New York stuff, it usually is about 3 to 4 days behind. Gotcha. So as they get stuff, but you see, so you look at this, we're getting there, and that's the whole point. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and then the whole point is. Once you get back to opening, you have to do it slow and watch numbers to make sure that we don't start to see an increase. And then if you see an increase, you got to decide what increase do we allow before you close the valve. You really want to watch the you do want to no, it was Cuomo who was talking, not that COVID documentary. So the R0 number, right? That's of how transferable it is. In New York City, in New York State, in New York City, we have that R0 number down to 0.75, which means one person infects less than one person. That means we now have control of a virus. Once the R0 number becomes up to over 1.2, you now have exponential growth, which is what we saw. So if we can keep that R0 number down to where we're at, that's where we are able to reopen and not have to worry about the virus just overwhelming us. Sure. So we're seeing, and we've seen that R0 number drop by doing what we're doing. Upstate New York actually has a higher R0 number than us right now. They were at 0.9, which is still is because they're not following, I guess, as much in different areas. But the R0 down here was 0.75. Overall for the city, I think it was 0.8 for the state.
We're getting there, man.
We're getting there, and that's what he said. But he can't just turn the switch, because if we turn the switch, the R0 will jump right back up within a couple of days, and we're back to exponential growth.
What do you think about his systematic plan that he had in place, like a phase plan? Looks like I think Cuomo had one, and De Blasio had one specifically. Did you read that? What'd you think of that?
I think it's
makes sense, right?
I look. Mas, am I sad that, of course, for you, that because your industry is the last one that's going to be reopened? Of course I am, right? I'm supposed to have a party. I think Nicole moved it from May to July, right? And there's still the concern: will we have that in July? Are we going to have the christening in July or not? And we were only supposed to have 40 people, right? 45 people. We don't even know if we're going to be able to do that. Am I sad? Of course I am. But I understand, but you as a business owner are and you've begun to adapt and put things in place. So will you survive this? Absolutely, and I think you're going to come up with great ways. If people can't do events until August, let's say, there's 3 months that you're going to be able to come up with ways to do these virtual type events that
virtual events don't work, guys. Let's be politically correct, okay? The vibe of a virtual event, okay, being, let's be politically correct, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, or a sweet 16. What are you going to do? You're going to get dressed and do your hair and makeup instead of your computer?
Right.
It's just, you're going to stream the music to your Sonos in your house. Like, it's not practical. I'm sorry. I mean, I think it's going to be something that's going to be incorporated with events. I think a commencement ceremony where there's a lot of speeches, anything that involves dancing and interacting with a crowd, it's going to be very, very, very hard to do virtually. I look at a lot of our competitors with these virtual events, and I tip my hat to them. I think it's stupid, just my opinion. But Mike, I mean, let's be honest. Are you going to turn around and hire me to DJ your daughter's christening?
I don't know if it's DJ, but I don't know. Or is it help facilitate? Right? Of course, there's lots of people who don't know how to facilitate a great event, a Zoom, host it, MC it. Right? So the hardest part, I'll tell you, from doing 3 birthdays already on Zoom, the hardest thing with doing a Zoom,
everyone talking over each other.
Everyone talking over each other. That's the fucking hardest thing. So, and my dad hates it because he's like, here and now. So what do I end up doing? I'm muting people. But if you're facilitating it and you come up with a formatting, a way, you could almost facilitate and now turn something that's annoying into something that works.
I just, like I said, and I've said it time and time again, just my opinion. I think corporate meetings, I think commencement, graduation, anything that's like ceremonial will work virtually. I don't think you're going to see a virtual wedding.
No. I don't think there for everything. Yeah,
right. I don't think. But birthday parties, right? People want to do birthday parties now, and coordinating. There's a lot more than just, even if it was virtual, it could be the delivery, like we spoke about on like an executive club, of different things and cakes, so everyone feels like a part of it, right? That's the biggest thing we've seen, like on the 3 parties, is everyone is like, oh, great, we get to watch Mike and Adriana and Nicole eat the cake. We want cake. So are you
going to pay for cake to be delivered to every one of your guests?
If it's cheaper than if you were doing a party at a catering hall, if you were doing a party at a restaurant at $50 a seat, right? It's still cheaper in the sense. So maybe there would be, if that's all you can give for your.
You're hurting that industry.
What's that? Well, for right now, I'm not saying this is forever. I'm saying this is for right now while you're social distancing, right? I'm not saying that this is the wave of the future. By no means do I believe virtual birthday parties is the wave of the future. Virtual birthday parties are a stopgap until we get there, because it's hard to explain to children, especially children, right? Adults like me, I get it. I'll go out with my friends on 2 months from now when this is all done, and if whoever had birthday parties will celebrate together and have a great night out when 3 months from now. But a child is much harder to explain that to, right? So, but there's children are also very easy to make happy with different things. And it could be the delivering of a cake and the picking up of a birthday gift. And now you're giving a service where you're delivering the birthday gift. Or again, it's a stopgap. This isn't saying, hey, you're not going to be doing shows and corporate events ever again, Moss. You're now a virtual birthday guy. It's a stopgap for 2-3.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And like Tom said, it's hard to explain to a lot of adults as well. Probably is. It sucks. Look, I want my birthday party not to be with my family, not to be with my friends, to go out. We usually go out for dinner together. It sucks. And again, I don't see this as forever. Even both Cuomo said by the summertime, we're doing everything we can, because in the summer we can't have people locked in their house. He understands that. He said, if we're locking people in their house, no one will go out. Everyone will be out. No one will stay in their house.
Correct.
So everything we're doing now is to make it so we're not stuck like this in the summer, right? It sucks now. Do it.
Right. There was an article about coronavirus fatigue. And just being inside. Did you read that?
No, which one?
Yeah. I don't know. It's we're at that precipice of we're over it, and we're also driving ourselves insane at the same time because we're so close. Where the hell did my audio go? You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look, it's
all right. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, of course. It's like. We're so close to being there. Yeah, you sound fine now.
Okay. Yeah. Like we're so close to being there, but we're also going absolutely out of our fucking minds. We're going bonkers. And God, I've been cursing all this morning.
What the hell? Don't curse on breakfast with Bloomy.
I know. But I think I'm feeling it too. I gotta get the hell out. I gotta do stuff. Like I want to do stuff, but I know what I have to do. But I think we're at that. We're all getting anxious now because we see good things. We're halfway there, like his video says, and we're getting there. And it's just, let's go. I'm tired of the same old free. My wife said the other day, it's like Groundhog's Day. It's like you wake up, breakfast, take out the dog, bring the dog back in, put on the TV, have a snack, like every,
eat every 10 minutes.
Yeah, and they, it's funny. TikTok has been extremely popular during this.
Except all your data goes to China, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's been very popular for those who take part, and they have a lot of good quarantine videos and whatnot, and some of them are very true. Like every 10 minutes, you check your refrigerator, and you're like, God, I'm starving. 10 minutes later, God, why am I so hungry again?
Right.
And just stupid shit. Yeah, just stupid shit. Who's passing time? Who's doing what? And there's only so much you can take. So
Oh yeah, and people stop spreading fake articles. Look, this was made in China. The SKU does not start with 60. That's like a whole bunch of crap. I'm sick of seeing that post. Oh, don't buy anything in China. If the SKU starts with 60, 61, 62, it's from China. There's no truth to that.
Oh boy.
It's just
a lot of crap like that.
And guess what? Unfortunately, we will always buy from China because we can't afford American-made items and certain things.
Well, yeah, but I think you can agree. I think we are going to reevaluate our
PPE equipment and stuff. Yes, different stuff. We need to have our own destiny over. We can't rely on them for gloves and masks.
But I think overall, you are going to see a new eye towards China, as important as they are with regards to our debt. With regards to our debt, whatnot, and what they do manufacture. I think we are going to rethink our relationship and at home, what are we capable of producing? What can we manufacture? How can we keep things at home instead of relying on them? Yeah. I think that's definitely going to happen.
What is frontal lobe control might be a symptom?
Frontal lobe control might be a symptom. Lobe, like ear lobe, like unable to control frontal lobe of your forehead?
Your frontal lobe is your part of your brain.
Oh,
right, but what is that control?
For real?
Yeah, for real. I'm not very smart.
I'm looking now. Frontal coronavirus pandemic. Here's the science behind why. Oh, it's talking about the evolution of fear and panic, uncertainty. I guess is your frontal lobe. I don't know. What controls fear? I don't know.
Anyway.
That's your joke.
Speaking
thanks, Tom.
of fear, I was watching. Thanks, Tom. That's a joke. All right, Tom. Thanks. Love you, Tom.
The ability to curse. Oh,
what was that? Oh, it's. What was I watching? Speaking of fear, smelling fear. Justice League. I think I watched
that movie.
I watched that for the 18th time.
You like it?
I don't mind it. Listen, I'm just a sucker for
superhero movies. It's not that good comparatively speaking to what I think Marvel is the best. Oh, today 4:00, watch Endgame along with the directors, and you can talk to them on the Twitter sphere.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's going to be like this massive, I guess, not hosted watch party, but just everyone at 4:00. Press play on Endgame, and then you can watch along with it. Now, I've watched all the behind the scenes and the how-tos and the deleted scenes and whatnot, but I'd get a kick out of watching them watch their movie because it's been a year since it's been released. I'm sure you saw that this weekend. That was an anniversary of sorts of a happier time. So, and you see they want to re-release Infinity War and Endgame once COVID's
I
movie
can see that.
restrictions.
Do they?
They want to re-release. They want it to be the first thing everyone sees: Infinity War and Endgame in theaters. Once theaters are allowed to have people again, which God knows when the hell that's going to be.
I watched part of Avengers yesterday, the first one. I forgot how good that one is. I haven't seen him in a while. I would like to rewatch. Well, was it 23? Was phase 1, 2, 3, 4? 21 movies.
21.
Moss,
21.
you want to watch 21 movies? They're great.
What?
Do you like the superhero movies or no?
No.
Iron Man and no.
Do your kids?
I don't think they do. I think we watch more like they're definitely not. Massimo plays Itaki games all day. He'll watch TV. And when he does watch TV, he watches the How It's Made, National Geographics. Massimo knows more about science and outer space and then probably most elementary school kids.
That's awesome.
I saw this cool thing, a little inspirational. I thought this was pretty cool. I'll share my screen. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's low though. What is this? Them thanking the
You hear it now?
Yeah.
Play ball.
Pretty
That's awesome. That's great.
What was that?
Song gets me every time.
New York Presbyterian. You really got to commend the first responders. I know it's after 11. You got to commend the first responders. I mean, I live right by Saginaw South, and 658. It's like every fire department on the South Shore is responding to Staten Island University South, all the hospitals, all throughout. I mean, obviously,
right
throughout the country, but really got to commend the fire department, the police for showing their support of the medical workers. I mean, really cool. I mean, I've thought a couple of times to bring one of my fire trucks to go, but I don't want to impose as a first responder. I don't think it's appropriate. But
do you have lights?
Of course, I have lights.
Are you allowed to use them?
It depends.
Have you used them?
I have.
And
Lights?
have you blew red lights?
I blow red lights on a normal situation.
That's why he hates me so much.
You want to hear something funny? Actually, I was doing a parade with the fire truck last year or 2 years ago, and I was trying to catch the end of Carly's hockey game. So I showed up to the Owl Wow, whatever, on Arden Avenue. And when I pulled up, there were people flagging me down that a little boy fell and got hurt. So obviously I ran over there. And who's the little boy?
Your son.
Was it your son?
Fell, ripped his chin up, needed stitches, strapped him in the fire truck, lights and sirens right there.
You were like George Costanza. You were the marine biologist.
But,
Is there a marine biologist? I went up to the great beast. I stuck my hand in its blowhole, and boom. Is that a titleist? So I was trying to say earlier, terrible news. I actually never met him, but had spoken to him 3 weeks ago. Was the passing of Scott Solinardi from Lifestyles of the Disabled.
I heard of him. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't think it was corona related. Looking at the article, it looked like it was a heart attack. But yeah, I had just spoken to him probably when I looked at my email, April 3rd, April 4th, and helping them get set up with some questions on Zoom and stuff. So we were supposed to get together after this. Yeah. Terrible. I saw the article. Todd texted it. Todd.
Yeah.
Great job on Anthony Rapp on COVID Talks.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't get to come live and harass you, so I did it on Saturday. I was doing my Zoom birthday party at that time.
Moss did enough of harassing for the both of you. So
I gotta say, Todd, I was a little upset with you.
Oh, shocking! What'd I do?
So what did you do? When you had certain guests on Gotham After Dark,
I called them out for talking to people in the comments, but I made it relevant to my topic.
No, you didn't. Someone came on. You're like, hey. And I was like, oh, my God, he's doing the exact same thing. He's saying hi to people saying hi to you. You stopped yourself. You did it, I think, once or twice in the beginning. You stopped. But come on. You can't say hi to people while you're being interviewed by Mr. Rapp.
I made it relevant.
No, you didn't.
I'll defend myself there.
Mr. Rapp.
Mr. Rapp. I love how.
Hey, look, I did my hair for breakfast at Bloomy, by the way. Moss, you didn't say anything.
Thank you. Moss came a half an hour late, so he didn't notice.
Bad connection. You keep breaking up.
There's unusual.
Rap was cool though. We had a good discussion. What's funny is we had a couple things planned to talk about, and we didn't talk about them until his sister, who I guess lives in Jersey, in
Magawang, she said, or
Manalapan or something like that, and they were talking about graduations. Stop eating that on it. Get. Whatchamacallit, and mentioned graduations and whatnot. So, what was my point with that? I don't know where.
There was no point.
There was no point. Anyway, it was just a good discussion that we were just having a conversation, which was cool. Like it wasn't like I didn't, it was just a nice chat about stuff and using video and whatnot. It was out of production mode and was a guest. Fair. Anyway, but no, thank you. That was cool.
It was good. So we've all been on COVID Talks, right? All three of us now.
Oh, you've been on too?
Yeah.
He was like the first one.
Yeah, I think I was like the third.
Like the second one.
Wasn't I before Moss? I think I was before Moss.
Yeah, I thought so, for sure.
I don't remember. He might have been. Moss is kind of a big deal. So
Dill, that was good. That pizza looked terrible, but that joke was good.
That pizza did look terrible. What do you call it? But now Moss is the only one that have been on Frank's Rab's Country show. Well, what do we got to do, Todd? Right? Yeah. You weren't on that.
No. I'm helping him with the new opening animation, but doesn't want me on the show. Okay. Okay.
Christina will get on before me on what? Oh, on COVID talks?
Yeah, right.
You want to go on COVID talks?
I love doing these live streams so much.
Oh, you don't have to come on. You can get off.
Just
Speaking
showcase
of
your
off,
pups.
I actually have to jump. I have an 11:15.
All right. Yeah. Well, we're ending this show anyway. So
That's
we
it.
have Ryan Mellis at today at 3.
Awesome.
And then tomorrow you are having who was the guest? Joe Russo, right? From Pro Show. He's going to do a cooking segment.
Pro Show.
Do we have anyone on Gotham After Dark, Todd, tonight?
10 guests today. 10 guests.
There's a surprise.
10 guests.
Who's on tonight? Anybody?
Everyone gets 5 minutes apiece. That's it.
Do you have
Who do we
anybody
have
or
today?
nobody?
Yes. Got a lawyer today.
Kevin McCurney?
I forget who I have. Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Good. He'll be fun.
Because he emailed me last week. He's supposed to be on a couple weeks ago, so that's my bad. So I was like, you got to come on then. So I think
he'll have fun. Guest. He'll drink.
I really want to get obviously the daily musical guest that you think I actually said at the very beginning of all this. I'm hoping to get Jessica Rose on because again she released an album, and then
she was on already. You recycle guests a lot. You really don't have a big circle of friends.
And then when things get
I guarantee you, I've had more guests than the both of you can combine. Pal.
Yeah, because I only invite people who I truly believe should be on the show. You invite everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh, who should be on the show? Who should be on the show? Anyone can be on the show. Anyone can be on any show. Who cares? Guess, friends of friends.
I will be on it with a group of bartenders.
All right.
Is he coming on your show, Tom Bang?
On his show? On my show. Tom, you want to come on again? That's fine. Tom's a good guest.
Yeah, make it 22 guests tonight.
And make it 22 guests.
22 Don't worry, guests, me and Moss will be in the green room. We'll never
3 minutes apiece. 22 guests, 2 minutes apiece. You time it right, you could format it.
Moss is very tired because he works all weekend. He doesn't get a day off. He's working 7 days.
He's always working.
You know, I'm tired. I'm beat up. I'm
mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically.
Everything.
This is harder than work. Doing nothing all day.
I know. Moss he's sick of seeing me for 5 days straight. For 5 weeks. Now.
Listen, we need a show on the weekends. I'm done. I got nothing to look forward to.
Really?
Wasn't Moss quitting 2 weeks ago? I remember him telling us I don't think I could do the shows anymore.
Yes. He's like, guys.
He's like, guys, this.
I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know what we're doing here. I think maybe the midday show, but I can't do this anymore.
That 10 o'clock thing is too much. 3 o'clock, I don't know if I can.
No, 10
o'clock.
You know what it is?
Listen. I gotta be serious with you guys. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
I'm kicking in the Montalbangos. I'm supposed to stock the eggs and milk at 2:30.
You know what? It gives me purpose, Mike.
It does. We like having you on. Now, can I give you purpose? Angelina's. I think. What's the son's name? Vinny. Angelina texted me over the weekend from a referral from Anthony Wilkinson, and it blew all out of the place. They were trying to give me to someone else, and now they think Vinny wants to come on the show. I'm assuming you have Vinny's cell phone number, right? So I am handing the reins to you. Why don't you work to get him scheduled on the show?
No problem. I will reach out to him.
Because I had 5 different group texts as they were passing me on who wanted to do the show. So you got it.
Boom.
I think he'll be a good guest, and it actually made me remember that I want to order from Angelina's Kitchen this week.
Oh, man, I'm missing out on all this stuff.
Oh yeah, they have.
Although Danino's is coming in clutch out here. Danino's out here is so good. We had like a grandma pie the other day. Oh, Danino's is. I'm so happy we have them out here.
Yeah. I think I'm ordering from John's Deli for lunch because it's Monday and they have pastrami.
John's Deli. Oh, you know what we have out here? Big Ed's Barbecue.
Oh, that place is delicious.
We had that the other day. Wow.
Did they send you the garlic bread? Because their garlic bread is the best.
We got some garlic bread. We did. Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah. All right. Well, Moss has to go. We got so we will see you midday with Moss.
Christina, I'm going to record my thing today, right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
How am I sending it to you, by the way?
One.
Yeah, Moss has to record one.
How am I sending it to you?
However you feel. Whatever.
We're in the Slack.
Okay.
You can send
Slack. Email.
All right.
Goodbye,
people.
Come some Slack. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.